Hello, 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 hello. What a win, guys. What a win. Manchester United have just beaten Durham in the Women's FA Cup 5-0 at home. It's quite rare that United, don't like United's game against Durham doesn't go to penalties. And I think this season also in the group stages of the Conti Cup, we faced Durham and we lost to them on penalties. But a certain Vilde Borisa scored in that game. And again, in today's game, magician Vilde Borisa. Borisa is a red, is a red, is a red. Borisa is a red. What a free kick, guys. I mean, I was in awe of that goal, and I was actually supposed to be live tweeting about the game, and which I did on our Twitter account, Only One United. But when that goal went in for a few minutes, for around 5 or 10 minutes, I was just in awe of Vilde Borisa. What a fantastic player, and that is why we have wanted her to get the start. But now that I've realized, maybe my audio won't be, or like, is my audio coming? I'll have to check. Sorry, that is the first thing that I'm supposed to do. Yeah, it's coming. Thank you to whosoever told me. But great win, 5-0. Uh, and it's not just about the 5-0, it's about beating Durham. It's about beating Durham at home after losing last two games on penalties in Conti Cups, and that too in group stages. That's a very bad thing to happen. And then we made five substitutions today before the 75th minute. That is another thing. And another thing is that Adriana Leon got some minutes, so got some valuable minutes. And actually, I was talking to a friend of mine on Twitter, and she could have scored that goal, guys. I don't think Leon was offside, but and I think Rachel Williams, Nikita Paris, and Adriana Leon were all, very very higher up the pitch, and everybody thought, okay, Leon and Nikita Paris might be offside because Rachel Williams had tracked back. But in reality, I think Leon could have scored that goal. But as it stands, Paris took the touch, and she was definitely offside. But yeah, it is what it is. Of course, that's my personal bias because I want it. I wanted Adriana Leon to score. And actually, one another thing, uh, I had actually predicted that Vilde Borisa will score the winner. Even though she scored the opener, but at the end of the day, Durham didn't score anything. So in technicality, we can say that Vilde Borisa's goal was the winner. But what a fantastic goal! Like, I can talk about that free kick for days, for months, because like in real life, it's very difficult for players to score free kicks, and players like Juninho, David Beckham made it look so easy. But in reality, it isn't that easy. And even in games like in FIFA as well, I struggle a lot with free kicks. And to see such a beautiful free kick live from a very amazing player, it was amazing. Uh, let's see, guys. Like I think has said that I'm waiting for the replay. To be honest, on first glance, Pirates looked closest to be the onside. They called everything so tight. All came one by Thomas in the first half was an awful call. Yeah, I think offsides. Regarding offsides, I think in the first half only we got six offsides. Like I was so frustrated after a time. I was like, "Kya yaar? Like, what is happening? Six offsides, one after the other, one after the other." And I think there was a stretch of minutes in which we got three, four offsides. Like, uh, in 2, 3 minutes, we got three, four offsides. So that was very frustrating to watch as a fan. But guys, I can't believe what a beautiful goal Vilde Boris has scored. Uh, and I think she assisted Leah Walton. No, that was Katie Zellem actually. Yeah, Katie Zellem with a good assist. I think in the first half, Katie Zellem looked a bit off because I think there were instances where she gave the ball away. And today we saw something unique from Mark Skinner as well. First of all, of course, he made those five substitutions because see, we never make all substitutions from our track record. We make three, we make two, sometimes we make four, but I've not seen him make five. So that was a good thing. Like he was rotating the squad because many of our players were in the international break, were involved in the international break. So you have to manage the workload as well. And with a potential title charge, potential FA Cup run, we need everybody to be at their A game, and we need everybody to be fit. So that is why I think we made five substitutions today. Yeah, I was mentioning it wasn't just the five substitutions. It was actually the way he was also involved in game management. In game management, it wasn't just about the substitutions. Because in the first half, like I mentioned, we saw that KT's LM looked a little off, and that's why I think in the second half as well. Uh, like even in the first half, Leah Bolton was taking corners. Vilde Borisa took the set piece today. So we are having that 2-3 group of players who can, be on set piece duty. Because earlier, what used to happen was that KT Zilem used to be on set pieces, and the opposition knew that, so they fielded their team in a way that they'll deny KT Zilem of any chances of scoring. Because remember last season there were those two games back to back in which he scored an Olympico goal. I think two goals against Leicester and one goal against City. That was something like that. But yeah, so I think it's good to have more players on set piece duties, because it tells you how versatile our, like, the whole squad is. And uh, regarding versatility, we saw how Ona Bhatia shifted to the left hand side and Hannah Blundell shifted to the right hand side, and Hannah Blundell scored as well from a left footer. I think it was a half volley. Hannah Blundell scored in the 67th minute. Why am I saying Blundell? Blundell, sorry. Slip of tongue, guys. I swear I'm not a commentator on the FA player. I'm a good commentator. But yeah, Hannah Blundell scored, which I think is a testament to the fact that she's been playing so well, but at the same time, she hasn't been selected for the national side. And I think there is that April window as well in the international break. And if she continues playing like this, I think she can easily. s- I don't know about starting, honestly, because you never know. But what I'd say is that she is in contention to be a player who can start, who might potentially start. But yeah, the way she's playing, I think she's one of the best players at United this season. And the way she has improved on from last season, it's been phenomenal to watch. There has been, like, we've made huge strides at the end of the day. There's no denying that. And we beat Durham in the FA Cup fifth round. Yeah, fifth round. Actually, our track record in the FA Cup as well hasn't been that good, because we've only reached the round six, which is basically the quarterfinals, only once. And I think it was in 2019, 2020, I think, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember actually, but yeah, there was this one season. And and in two seasons we reached the fifth round. We were out of the fifth round, and in one season we were out in the fourth round only. So this is showing that we are trying to get that silverware this season. And with FA Cup, I feel that is more realistic. Of course, you might slip away in the league, and when you have teams like Chelsea and Arsenal, not Arsenal, Chelsea and City. I'm not considering Arsenal into the title race now. But when you've got teams like City and Chelsea, who've got games, who have the quality, it's always a little dicey to see who'll come out on top. So with that regards, I'd say FA Cup is a more realistic trophy, and let's see who we get in the next round. So yeah. Coming back to the goals, Vilde Borisa, fantastic. Like, I can talk about that goal for the whole stream, but I'll have to limit myself, because I have to mention other players as well. Now I'll mention Hannah, like I mentioned Hannah Blundell for the second goal. Leah Golden scored, and the forward line was a little frustrated after the first half, because there were so many offside calls. And in total, after the game ended, there were around nine offside calls. We actually dominated the possession today, which is good to see, because whenever you're dominating possession and whenever you're scoring goals, that's good for the morale. We had 17 attempts with 8 on target, which is nice. I'd say around 50 to 60%. I'd say, yeah. No, less than that. We had 16 corners, 1-6, which is a lot. Nine offsides, and yeah, that's it. No bookings. That's good. That's nice to see. Then Alicia Russo, like guys, I'll have to switch to my Twitter now, because I'll have to see what those five substitutions were, because I know Nikita Paris was subbed in for Lucia Garcia, I know Leah Golton and Hannah Blundell were subbed off for Adriana Leon and Aoife Mannion. But the other two, which of the players were subbed off, I'll have to check. Give me a second. Yeah, Rachel Williams and Alessia Russo were subbed in for Martha Thomas and Vilde Borisa. So five substitutions, guys. It's very hard for me as a host of match reaction shows to uh, talk about substitutions and not sulk for a change. Like I'm today, I'm very happy. My only concern would be that Adriana Leon didn't score, Lucia Garcia didn't score, because when it's 5-0, you've got that hunger that maybe only if we had that more, attacking threat, we might have scored more. Adriana Leon and Lucia Garcia, because I adore those players a lot, and I'd say every fan does. All the players are loved here. Uh, so it's nice to see. And with Adriana Leon, everything's that has happened, the deadline day drama, and then the thing with Canada as well on how they've not been paid for the whole year in 2022, and the false promises that their federation has made, and how, like, the whole situation in women's football as a whole as well, because we are seeing players from France national team coming out. Wendy Renard, Diani and Katoto have come out and said that we need change, this is not happening. We know about the 15 players from Spain who've been frozen out because they voiced their concerns over the whole national team, and Wilda, sorry, not Wilde. um, there are other, like, I think people have mentioned about Jamaica, people have mentioned about Peru as well. So about Chile, Colombia. So there are so many big nations and big federations who are not taking care of their women's side. So as fans of football, as fans of women's football, we need to ensure that we need to find a way to tell the players that you're loved, that we are there to support you. And these are very hard times, and I hope all of this is sorted out as soon as possible. And this is not sorted out at the expense of player welfare. It's very important to keep player welfare in mind. uh, so yeah, coming back to the game, five substitutions, five goals, clean sheet, uh, progressing into the quarterfinals. And there are a lot of things to talk about, guys. I'm very happy today. But at the same time, I'd say in Hindi we say fati padi hai. So this basically means I'm very anxious because there's a men's final as well in the Carabao Cup. So and it's good that there's a huge gap. The only concern for me was that the women's FA Cup games were scheduled on the same day as the Carabao Cup final. So you might have not gotten the attendance that this game deserved. Imagine if 7 or 8,000 United fans had come to LSV to watch this game. It would have been so entertaining. But yeah, coming back to the comments, and after that, I'll wrap it up because I'll have to go make dinner because I'll be ready for that Carabao Cup final, guys. Joe says, happy that Skinner gave Leon some playing minutes. Awesome that he changed up his formation today. I think as a whole as well, like we started with what is 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, whatever you might call it. But in the in-game management today was quite good. I'd say we saw different kind of players come on for different kind of players. Like there were it wasn't always like for life substitution. So like I mentioned, it's very important now that we are going on a potential title run. We are in quest for that FA Cup title. We need to ensure that every player in our squad is ready, is match sharp, is match fit, has that match sharpness. So that's why I think it's very important. Uh, I'll move forward because there are a lot of comments. You could see Garcia towards the end of the first half was really holding her run. The line calls through. Exactly, that's what I thought. Because every time Ona was in possession and she was progressing the ball well, Lucia Garcia had to time her run because I don't know what it was today. Maybe it was something like, maybe it would have been wrong calls, or I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to conjecture a lot at the expense of the Lions referee. But something was off today. But glad we won 5-0. But imagine if we had scored some of those goals which were deemed offside. Imagine, guys, 7-8 nil against Durham. I'd be celebrating like I celebrated that Arsenal 3-2 win. Sorry, United 3-2 win against Arsenal at Emirates. Uh, Yeshui says, think it shows the actual problem we've had in squad depth. All of the front four subbed and only one backline. Not to defend Skinner, but there's definitely been a limit to changes you're able to make. I'd say, uh, like this is something that I've talked about in the past as well. I think Namrata also mentioned it in her tweet that we often see that whenever substitutions are made, we don't see substitutions in midfield. We don't see substitutions, in the back line. We always see substitutions in the front line. You'll get on Martha Thomas, you'll get on Nikita Paris slash Lucia Garcia, whosoever is not starting. Uh, you'll sub in Rachel Williams. But I'd say today what like of course today as well we saw forwards come in, but it was nice to see Aoife Mannion get some minutes. It was nice to see that Vilde Borisa did so well, and I think she was replaced by Rachel Williams. So I get your point, Yashui, that we need to ensure that the substitutions are not always about the front four. uh, yeah, I think that's it from my side, guys. It's 16, 17 minutes. I always plan to make these match reactions as short as possible, but every time I extend it to 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, like I'd say it's been a phenomenal win. I'm very happy. Five goals from five different players. Were it five different players? First goal was scored by Vilde Borisa. Second one was by Leah Bolton. Third was by Hannah Blundell. Fourth one was by I think Alessia Russo, and fifth one was Nikita Paris. So yeah, five different players. I'd say uh, my player of the match would be Hannah Blundell. She kept a clean sheet. She linked up well with Leah Galton and Vilde Borisa. She scored a good goal, and she's been playing really well in the past few games. So that's why I want to give her all the credit that she deserves. Uh, I don't want to make her overrated. I want to change that underrated personality to rated personality, because I say that I always mention this, that we've got so many good players that sometimes such good performances go under the radar, and it's quite nice to see how these players are performing really well on a consistent basis. So hopefully more of that against Leicester City on 5th March in the WSL. Title charge, guys, title charge. And don't forget to support the men's side as well. Today we are playing in a cup final. It's an important one against Newcastle United, and it won't be that easy. But yeah, I think with Eric Ten Hag at the helm, I'm quite confident that we'll get the win. We'll lift the trophy after a long year, after a long time. I think the last senior team, like the last time a senior team won something substantial at United was, I think, the women's side. When we lifted the championship trophy, that was the last trophy that any senior team had won for United. The academy teams had won, like the men's academy won the FA Youth Cup, and the women's academy won the league and the cup as well. So yeah, everything's going good as of now, and hope you guys like this video. Hope we are bringing you good content. uh, if there's anything you'd like to talk about, if there's something you want us to change, do let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, guys, share this video with your other United friends, share this video with your Durham friends as well. I'm sure you'd like to gloat, but yeah, that's it from my side. Don't forget to follow us on our Twitter for more such content, because we do separate content for Twitter and separate content for YouTube. So catch us on Twitter throughout the week, and we'll be back with a good video on YouTube as well. Till then, take care, stay safe, keep supporting Manchester United, keep supporting women's football. Take care.